Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So, I was going to look at a game today which I've been looking forward to playing for a long time, only to realise that I haven't actually downloaded it, which is really smart. So it's on download now, so that'll be the next video. But in the meantime, I thought, you know what, this one's been on my Steam library for a little while. I haven't looked at it at all, so I don't know anything about it. I just know the mythology that it's based on. I've not actually seen any screenshots or anything, so I don't know if this is going to be 3D or 2D or what. So, Voyage of Discovery for today. Plus, I am trying out a new recording format and layout on my screen, so you'll have to let me know how that looks. But without further ado, here's a look at Necromunda. Hope you enjoy. Right, so this will be the third time I've tried to record this now, so I'm not sure what was going on with my recording software, but it was really giving some grief and cutting stuff out. So what I've decided to do is record my vocal track. That's my that's my band talk coming in. I've decided to do my voice recording on a different app, so if all else fails, I can just layer this on the recording separately, and I haven't got to worry about. I can just cut the picture of me out and just have this vocal overtone. Unfortunately, it does mean that I'm going to be playing the same level on this game again for the third time, so it's not a genuine first reaction. But I actually quite like this one, and I figured it was worth re-recording. So we're experimenting. We're getting things right. If this works, I may do it again in the future because it might put a bit less pressure on my Streamlabs recording software, because it does seem to be struggling a little bit in more recent days. So let's see what happens. Plus, I may be wrong, but the speech seems to be coming through clearer on this app as well, so I guess we'll see. But anyway, let's have a look. So I did originally want to play Battlefleet Gothic, but like the pleb I am, I forgot to download it. So I played this instead. I picked this up a few weeks ago. A friend of mine, DJ Matt, I know him as, but he's Trilobite on Steam. He recommended it. Now I'm into Games Workshop, Warhammer, whatever you want to call it. So I'm aware of Necromunda, and I know what it was. It was a like a warband based game with a more RPG element, so your characters would gain experience and you could buy equipment for them and that kind of thing. Because I'd previously played the Warhammer Fantasy version, which is called Mordheim, so I'd played that on tabletop, and then they released a video game of it, which I've had at least twice now, maybe even 3 times. I think I may have had it on the Xbox 360 initially, then PS4, and now I've got it on Steam as well. And it's a really good game. It's a little bit clunky, but the mechanics do work and it does function, and it is very, very close to the way the tabletop works, which I was really impressed with. And this is like 40k's equivalent of that, so it's again RPG, turn-based. But I hadn't played it before today. I'd not even seen it. I thought it was going to be 2D, but I must admit, once I started playing, I was like, no, this is 3D and this is good. But anyway, let's get in. So I'm not going to go through the intro sequences for the additional gangs. What I will do is just bring up the gang selection screen just so you can have a look at what we've got here. So it does recommend you go through the story mode first. It's not a story mode, it's a tutorial. It's fine. And then obviously you go in and you start your own gang. and there are 5 to pick from. There were 6 in Mordheim, and I think there's other ones in this as well. So you've got Cordor, who are like the religious zealots kind of thing. They, yeah, reclamation, cult of redemption, so redemptionists. So yeah, so they're like your fanatics. You've got Escher, who are kind of your buff guy. I was going to say guys, but it's girls. They specialise in buffs and drugs. You've got the Goliaths, who are just your plain brute force faction. We've got Orlok, so that's Cordor, that's Orlok, yep. These guys are like kind of your normal gang, and then you've got Van Saar, who are more technical, they're kind of richer, and use more advanced weaponry. But like I say, I'm not starting a single player game yet. The options pretty much standard stuff, nothing in there to really scream about, which I was pleased about. So here we go. My PC's automatically smacked it all up to high settings, and I thought it'd struggle, but it doesn't seem to, so I'm actually really pleased. So everything's okay in there, usual stuff. And what I'll do is I'll try and go through this intro as slow as I can. So this isn't, like I say, genuine first reaction, which sucks, but what are you going to do? So what we're going to do is, I only got to the second level. So the first level just shows you a little bit about movement and combat, so I'm just going to play through that again. And it shows you the intro and outro to the level as well, introduces the characters. So let's have a look. I mean, the FMV's spot on.
Wait! Come on, Kira. Move your off.
I don't know what her accent is supposed to be, but it's it's not good. It's a cross between British and something else.
Watch out!
Poor girl, that's the third time today she's had that ceiling dropped on her.
Vex? Vex? Vex! Are you okay, Vex?
She dead. No, she's not. There she is.
I'm okay. I ain't made of glass.
She's got like a cross between like a posh accent, a posh British accent. Glass. Arse. But then she says, I ain't. It's really odd. Really jarring.
We're cut off! Tess is gonna skin us if we're late to the meetup.
So she emphasises certain words weird.
Way around and catch up to you.
Kyra's better. But yeah, this girl, it's tough. But anyway, so this is the start off. So what we got? So yeah, as I said, it starts off the same way as Mordheim does. So character in front, you've got your health down the bottom, AP which is action points, and MP which is movement points, I think. You got the initiative, and it shows you buffs and stuff. It's showing us a tutorial again, so it's just basics at the moment, it's moving around. So, and yeah, it's a little bit scatty, but it is. This game is turn-based, remember, so you know the movement's not going to be great because you're basically moving a playing piece. And then we press F to vault, and then it comes up with a list of stuff you can do. And you just choose what you want to do and do that. As you can see, it says 5 AP, so every action you take has got a cost attached, and then MP is movement, so it's how far you can move. I think that's as far as we can go with her, so we'll skip her turn. And there we go across from another character, who is armed with a pair of last pistols, I think.
Coming down!
Yep. Again, graphics are really nice in the scenery. It's God, it's enormous. Like the scale of it, it looks just like you're in, an underground hive city kind of situation. So the graphics are bang on. And the thing is, like Necromunda, Mordheim has its up and down, like its vertical movement. This has got it to a whole new level because it says jump. I thought there's no way she's going to jump off that. Oh, I don't know if you're going to plummet to your death. But she uses a grapple line to do it. So good. And then the same here, look, vault over. And then can't go any further because we've run out of movement points. So now we hold 4 and that will end her turn. Skip us one. And at the start of the turn you can pick which character you want to use first. So I'm going to go with the heavy here, she's got a last cannon.
Ezra's been acting weird these past few days. You think she has a job lined up?
You can count on it. We'll find out what's up when we see her.
See, she emphasises the word her. It's really strange. See, things like this look zip lines. What? And then we can come on. Yep, so we can use the dispenser here. That gives you some health back. And then that's it. So in turn. See, there's only my characters on screen at the moment, so there's nothing. Oh, yeah, I've got a selector. There's no enemies yet, so it's just flicking between these two. I'm just going to have a little look in her inventory. Right then, so yes, she comes with a pair of last pistols and a pair of brute cleavers. Same as the other girl, zipping her down, and she can sabotage it as well. Stop people using it. Excuse me. I just think that's really neat. Okay. See, I'm actually flying through this tutorial. It took me about 20 minutes the first time. Because I was, trying to get used to the way it works. Moresha. I don't know why it shows her twice, because there's only one of her. Oh, there's the other. I would show her 3 times, for some reason. 4 times. Yeah, alright, next. That's the other girl. Oh, got a lovely cough, I don't know where that's come from. Right then, so if you hold control, it shows you more of the level, and it shows you potential location of enemies. Yep, so you can see the other girl, she's up there, that's Moran, she's a baddie. And then we've got Trixie, who's behind us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick our heavy gunner girl here. Vex.
Some more idiots. Where do you think you're going? Tessera's lost it, dragging us out of our own serve. Out of the way, Moran. I won't ask twice. You fool! I'm taking us back. Tessera hasn't got clearance from the matriarchs. The clan will exile us if we don't turn back. Right, let's do it then.
I'm taking us back. Tessera hasn't got clearance from the matriarchs. The clan will exile us if we don't turn back. Screw it. Let's do it then.
Charming. And then she can run off. I like that there's no real cloak and dagger. Like once the combat's happening, you can just see where people are and where they're going. There's no faffing about. The combat's actually quite central now. Where's that other girl? Trixie. So you can just... what's her name? You can just point at people. And it gives you then the option as to what you can do. So I'm just going to point my gun at her and shoot her. There we go. I'm not sure what being pinned does. I'll have to have a look at that. Looks like I won't be able to fire a second shot. Yep, 30 AP and she's got 60 in total, so she gets 2 shots. And now her weapon's jammed. But I've used up all her action points, so I can't do anything. So we're going to have to skip her turn. So apart from movement, it appears that you can do either offensive actions or tactical actions. What are you going for? Are you going for cover? Now then, what I can do is I can go into my inventory and I can equip a pair of cleavers. And it looks like you can mix and match if you want to. So that's awesome. So that's all done. And now we can go to strike.
To go further. Allow me.
So it costs 34 AP, so I'd only be able to do it once, but she is attacking with both weapons, so she gets 2 attacks. Potentially didn't need them. Okay, so now we're going to search the body. Let's take that massive axe, put it in my backpack, and then what I'll also do is I'll re-equip her last pistols. And you can leave stuff on bodies as well if you want to, because obviously same as Mordheim with this is when a character goes down they don't necessarily die, they go out of action, so they still potentially get back to base afterwards, just hurt rather than dead. Music's changed up a little bit. No, I've just done that. I'm going to leave her. Can we use that on her? Don't think I can. We're going to leave him here. Right then, yes, of course. So her weapon's jammed. How you jam a last cannon, I'm not quite sure. But she's managed it. Shot. See, I'm out in the open there. When I did this the second time, I had the girl with the twin last pistols trying to shoot at her when she was obscured by cover, and she was saying that she was evading, and so I was missing the attacks. I thought that was quite cool. Right, can we? We can't use the dispenser. They must take time to recharge. Oh, I know what I need to do. Field repair. This one jams her last cannon. There we go. Yeah, can't use it. There it went.
Never venture this part without a map of the area.
I haven't seen anything yet that's like Overwatch or anything like that. So, you know, characters standing still and firing at people coming at them. I imagine that's going to be something that does appear though. What I do like though is you can just kneel down behind cover like this. It stops you from moving, but it knackers line of sight for the enemy. I mean, she'll just walk down here and fire over here, but at least then she's got to use the points to do that, so that's good. Yep, let's get Kyra going. How long have I been recording for? 20 minutes. Like I said, this is a Voyager Discovery doing it this way. It's going to be interesting to see if everything matches up. If it doesn't, I'm going to be quite sad. Character model on that. And graphics on that are absolutely great. No problems at all. I'd say the animation's a little twitchy, but I mean... Oh yeah, I should be able to, yeah. And again, she can sabotage it as well. Which is really neat. I don't know if they're only allowed to do that once a battle. Where's the other girl? Oh, there she is. Ah, see, so she's currently obscured. I've got a little bit of movement left. Great. Yep, so I can get behind her. Offensive. AP, I've got just enough. So this will be a two-shot volley. There we go. I haven't got enough action points to even duck, so I'm just going to have to leave her there. That's a bit of a shame, but what are we going to do? Do I move her first? I'm going to go with her, actually. It looks like initiative plays a big part as well, so I pick my character and then let's them pick, and their characters have got much higher initiative than mine, so they move first. Moving back, look. But now both of my girls are going to get a go. Where did you go? She's behind that pillar. So if I... Can I... Oh yeah, I can clear line of sight there. I could go up and smack her in the... Oh, actually, shall I go up and smack her in the head? Or I might do that. Let's have a look. Oh, she can't equip them. That's a shame. Perfect. And then you move into melee range. And we can go offensive. And we've only got 41 AP, but that's going to be enough. Nice. Cara's at full health as well. Okay, so I can now end her turn because there's nothing else I can do. I'm wondering what penalties for firing into combat and things are going to be like. I haven't actually seen anything like that yet. So at the moment I can't move as her because she's kneeling. So first we have to stand up. Then we go up. And the fight's there. Let's take a pot shot. 30 AP, she's got plenty. I'm not seeing any detriment to firing into combat. Maybe that's something that's going to come in later in the game.
Searcher, Roy would never venture out this far without a map of the area.
She just had a buff removed apparently, I think. Let's have a look here. So, interact. What's the other thing you can do? Oh, trade. Search. So she's got the map. A sword. And a last gun. So she can't use the last gun. Okay. And then the exit I think was over here, so yeah, you look for that icon which is there, look. And if you hold down the control key, it shows you the limits of movement and where stuff is. Gives you like a scan of the area, including bodies as well, that's quite neat. Show who the girl is. It's not showing where the other girl is, so... Oh, it is, there she is. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. In Mordheim, you have to pass perception checks for that kind of thing. This, you can just see everything. It does seem, at the moment, I'm saying, at the moment, because obviously I haven't played a lot of this, I've only played this one level, but it does seem at the moment that it's a bit of an easier playing game than Mordheim is. I know I keep comparing the two, but they are, you know, just slightly different. So that's extract. They're just different sides of the same coin, so to speak. That's cool. When you extract, the character leaves the battlefield, and then they can't come back again. So make sure that you're happy with people leaving, because they can't come back once they've gone. There we are.
Come on, the meeting place is just up there.
So like there, up bed, an accent, and yet.
Shame.
Never liked her anyway.
Whoa, whoa! We're with you!
No hard feelings?
Hell no. If Maren wanted to lead, she had to be strong enough. She was weak. So we'll follow you, sister. So what's this all about? Why are we meeting on the way out of here? It's got to be big. Why risk it otherwise?
Big enough that Tess is more worried about those matriarchs hearing about it. Big enough to risk getting into a fight with the slab punchers.
Ooh, so the biggest. It's gotta be loot, right? Ahoy!
Shut up, Kira.
Hey, right on!
Puzzling. Servo skulls. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there, I think. Okay, so Necromunda. That was a bit of alright, wasn't it, that? I know I compared it a lot to Mordheim, but as I mentioned, it is pretty much two sides of the same coin, so it's literally just a sci-fi version of Mordheim. But it does play quite differently in a few important aspects, and in my opinion, from what I've seen, it plays better. Mordheim's a lot more finicky. Like the way the stats and everything, it's very stat heavy, and the way the movement works is a little bit strange. It's more about really closed areas, like the houses and stuff in Mordheim. They're all really close, so it turns into really close warfare. Plus, you can't see where the enemy are. If they're out of your line of sight, you don't know where they are. Whereas with this, you can see everything. You've got a great line of sight to everything. You've got that kind of scan view where you can see where enemies, items and everything are, where in Mordheim that's an ability you have to use, and it only works within like the local area. So it certainly seems like it's an easier play. Now, I've played 2 levels. I did play the following level as well, and I did record the footage, but because it was jumping, I decided that I didn't want to I didn't want to put that on the video, simply because, as I say, I was having audio issues because it was coming from the audio coming from the game was really janking up, as you can probably tell, and then the decent audio was coming from my speakers through my microphone. So, as I said, it was a bit of a voyage of discovery, this. But generally speaking, I don't think that's too bad. It's giving you a little bit of an indication of what the game's like. Graphics, it's great. It looks really good, and like I say, the second level as well, the graphics on it, the second one's definitely a lot more up and down as well. There's a lot of vertical space, so that's really cool. It introduces things like elevators and loot boxes as well, so a lot more came in on the second level. And as I said, you use 5 characters in the second level, so you get to really see the dynamics between the initiative, and that's how I worked out how the battle rounds worked. And I think that's a much better way of doing it, rather than having just initiative all across the board. So a warband could potentially in Mordheim be pretty much wiped out before they even got a chance to act. And generally speaking, that's possibly more realistic, but it doesn't make for a great game when you're up against something like Skaven, where they'll just ambush you and kill 2 of your characters before they even got a chance to move, and it's like, well, there was nothing I could do. Where this seems to give you a bit more chance, in that each turn is broken up into tiny rounds. So I thought that was really good. It sounds great. The voice acting's a little bit hit and miss. I'll say Kyra's okay, Vex less so. I think in the FMV sequences it's okay as well, generally speaking. So it's okay. But the sounds of the weapons and everything, sound effects, brilliant. I like the way the music seems to swell the closer you get to victory, the more enemies you take out. I thought that was a really good touch, and kind of gets the adrenaline pumping. It's like, oh, we're going, we're doing. And that continued in the next one as well, as its next level was 5 on 5, and as you took down each opponent, the music got even more of a swell, and I thought that's some good sound design. So fair play, whoever's put that together. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. I will complete the story mode, and I'm quite looking forward to starting a gang. I do still play more time on the semi-regular, because I do like the world, and I've got kind of attached to my warband. I've gone against all odds with more time, and I've got a Chaos Warband on the go, which is unusual because I usually play either the Witch Hunters or a Mercenary Warband. But I thought, you know what, we'll go the other way. So we're playing a Cult of the Possessed at the moment, which is interesting. So yeah, I will probably start a Necromunda gang. I'll have a good look. Might end up as the Redemptionists, we'll see. Although I do like the Escher girls. Much as I don't like the voice acting in places, the actual characters are quite cool. So we'll see. But I've always had a thing for the Van Saar as well. I like the high tech. We'll see. But yeah, quite pleased with that. Might do another video on it further on down the line. As I do tend to try. Well, I'm going to try and go back and revisit games that I've played for an extended amount of time and do another video on them. But yeah, please let me know what you thought of the new layout. I think it looks better. As I say, the fact that I've got more space now for the extra dialogue really helps. And I think recording the voice separately to the video, I think that was a good move, because it allows the voice to come through a lot clearer and louder as well, I think. And it seemed to match up okay. It's going to take a little bit more tweaking if I do this in future, because you have to split both my editing software doesn't split them together, so it's going to take a little bit more work if there's a lot of cuts going on. But I think it was a better thing. But please let me know in the comments. I'm just about to start recording my video for the original game that I was going to play. So we're going to get that done while this is uploading. So please let me know in the comments if there's anything you want me to do in the future, if you want me to try and cover anything or revisit anything. Chuck a comment on here, chuck me a DM on either here or my Facebook. I've still got that running at the moment under Judas Knight, so if you want to get in contact, please do. If you want me to cover anything or revisit anything, and yeah, and obviously a like and subscribe is always greatly appreciated. So until I get this video recorded and out, you have a good one.